Welcome to Conversations with the ERC5. Today I have with me Mike Burnham from A.W. Brown in East Longmeadow. Mike, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me, Grace. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. It's one of my favorite places to visit and shop and bring my grandkids. So tell us a little bit more about A.W. Brown. I think everyone knows that pet food and feed, that's the place to go, but you are so much more than all of that.
We do offer a lot more than just the pet food. The company has been in East Longmeadow in various forms since about 1945. So there was an owner that, A.W. Brown, who started the company, and then Tom Wheeler purchased the company back in 1985. Recently, actually should say it's about 20 years ago, he moved it to its current location at 144 Shaker Road. He's been owning it for the last 39 years. And we sell pet food, pet supplies. We've got a live pet department. So we've got bunnies coming in and out. There's a lot of fish there. There's gerbils. And we also have our lawn and garden section, which we're getting ready for. It's that, that season is coming now. And then we also have a variety of different kinds of gifts, candles. There's a grill section. We do a lot with wild birds. And then we're starting to kind of think about maybe some other things in relation to products that we could be bringing on that we haven't carried in the past. So it's there's a lot of different things going on at A.W. Brown. Yeah,
it's a fantastic place, and I love the staff. They are so knowledgeable. When I was having issues with my dog and we weren't getting the right dog food, it was wonderful because I could bring Rocky in with me, and it's like, here's Rocky, and this is what we're experiencing, and they were able to direct me. Which was like, oh, thank goodness. But they're so insightful, and they are great customer service, very oriented and all that. I also bring my grandkids in there. And, I love the small shopping cart that you have at the front for the kids.
Yeah.
And when you go into the pet section, there's always someone there who is just so kind and great with the kids, explaining, the hamster, the gerbil, but it makes all the difference.
Yeah, no, it really does. And that's really a testament to Tom Wheeler, who built this team. And so many of our staff have been there, in many cases, for 20 plus years. So if you think about kind of your typical shopping experience, there's probably not a lot of stores that you visit as a consumer that have a staff with that kind of longevity. And they really become experts in the products that they sell. So we have people who are at A.W. Brown that have been working in pet food for maybe 30, 40 years. They're really, really great at what they do. We've got, in our lawn and garden section, we have people who have been certified as master gardeners who have been working at A.W. Brown for decades. And they've got all this wealth of knowledge and experience that is pretty unique when you think about your standard kind of retail operation. And so I think also, you can bring your dog in. People love that. We've got treats for the dogs. We've got the little carts for the kids. So I think it's a really great place to shop. It's got a storied tradition in the community, and it's people really seem to love it there.
It's a staple in the town of East Longmeadow, and I know for my family, it's like second generation. We shop there. My kids now have, their own homes and pets and gardens. And where do you go? You go to A.W. Brown. So Mr. Wheeler created or built quite a foundation there.
He really did. He did something that, if you think about just in terms of just small business America, that very few owners achieve. One, he's owned and run this operation for 39 years. So he's got this very storied legacy, and it's been a great company for a lot of people to work at. And you see that in how many people have stayed for a long period of time. And I think it really kind of stands out as a pillar of the community and as a great retail business in East Longmeadow.
If we could just share with our viewers, you have some great news to share.
We do.
About what's happening at A.W. Brown. So please.
A.W. Brown, as of this past December, is actually an employee-owned operation. So Tom, who, as I've mentioned, has been there for 39 years, and he works really hard. He's consistently putting in 80 to 100-hour weeks for 39 years.
Wow.
And he's decided that it's time to retire. And instead of just closing the business, which is what happens to about 70 to 80% of small business owners when the owner retires, he has decided to actually sell the business to his employees. And so we are now shareholders in the company. It's a very unique operation in that sense. We're really excited about what that means for everybody that's been at A.W. Brown for a number of years, and we're really, really happy to be able to announce that. So
that is wonderful. I mean, how exciting. We're all about buying local, and we want to support our local businesses because they give so much back to the community. And for him to just take pause and think, I'm ready to retire, but I have these amazing employees that have become family and that have been with me, and to give them that opportunity. That's so exciting. I think that's wonderful news.
It really, really is. It's a testament to the kind of person that Tom Wheeler is, as well as his partner Kate Devine, who has also helped run the business for 20 plus years. They're able to continue on the legacy of the company that they built, while at the same time keeping it locally owned and operated. There's certainly plenty of examples of small businesses that will sell to a larger chain, and then those businesses become part of that chain, and it's no longer locally owned. And Tom went about it a different approach. It's a more difficult approach. Certainly selling it to a larger company would have been a much easier transaction, and there's a lot that goes into making a owner-operated business, an employee-owned business. But Tom was willing to put in the work. He found a great partner in a company called Team Shares that helped facilitate this transition. And since December, we've been under new ownership. So we're really excited. We wanted to take our time making the announcement. There's a lot of different ideas that we want to bring to the company. A lot of people that have been there for a number of years are really excited about new products and things that we can start trying. While at the same time, we also want to let everybody know it's still going to be the same A.W. Brown that you've experienced for the last 39 years. We're still going to continue with what Tom and Kate have built. But now, it's in different hands.
I think it's so exciting. Happy to hear that. And the beauty of it is all those folks that we have also come to look to for guidance, and we love their smiles and their warm welcome when we walk in the door. That all remains the same.
It does.
And now they actually own a piece of this business. It's a win. I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah. We wanted to keep the business up and running. We didn't want, Tom didn't want to just shut it down. He didn't want to sell to a larger company. He wanted to be able to give his employees that had helped run that business for so many years, something back. And everybody gets to keep their job, right? They get to have more responsibility, to be honest, because now we're all employee owners of the company. We're all accountable to each other. And so it's a different kind of environment. But everybody gets to kind of experience the benefits now of business ownership. It's really fun.
So sharing of ideas, and that gives us so many more opportunities for the ERC5 and A.W. Brown to come together and see what we can come up with for collaborations. I really think so. We're early on into this journey, and I think many of us are still just kind of figuring out what employee ownership means. For so many employees of a business, you're used to kind of getting your direction from one person, but now in many cases we're giving ourselves direction, and in some cases it's the first time, and so it's kind of you're a little bit nervous in a sense, like, oh wow, we need to carry on this 39-year legacy, but at the same time you're so excited for what the future can bring, and I know Tom is so happy that he was able to kind of
complete this really challenging conversion. But yeah, I think there's a lot that we're getting ready for, a lot of new ideas and a lot of excitement at the A.W. Brown right now.
So everyone has a little bit of input.
Yeah.
In what happens.
Yes, they do. We're all now shareholders of the company. So the company that helped us facilitate this transition is called Team Shares, and they've acquired 77 businesses in the U.S., including several that are local to this area. And they're on a mission to convert businesses from retiring owners into employee-owned operations, to continue the business legacy, to maintain local jobs, and also to, part of their mission is also to transition wealth to small business employees, which traditionally don't get to participate in the profits of the businesses they work at. Now at A.W. Brown, the employees get to participate in those profits. We get dividends. We also get to reinvest the profits into the business to make it 80% employee owned, which is our goal. And we're hoping it'll take about 10 to 15 years. But yeah, it's there's a lot that goes behind the scenes of making something like this happen. But yeah, it is really, really great, and everybody's they're pumped up. Yeah,
it's an exciting time for everyone there. So that's wonderful. I know that you and I are going to connect this week, and I get to meet the team or get reacquainted with the team over at A.W. Brown, and we can talk about future collaborations. So our viewers can continue to watch to see what's going to happen next.
Yep.
But in the meantime, if anyone has any questions, how can they get in touch with you?
So the best way, you can go onto our website at awbrown.com, but we'd love to have you come by the location. We're at 144 Shaker Road in East Longmeadow. It's about to get really beautiful there too, because we're just starting to get our plants in. So it's a great time to come by and visit, because we have this stunning nursery that during this time of year, it looks amazing. So we're also going to start having some more events there. We'll be connecting with you on an event we want to put together for the community, partly to announce, kind of welcome this new transition, this new employee ownership, but also we want to, honor the legacy of Tom Wheeler and Kate Devine, who've been running this business for so long. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Mike, for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you.
And we look forward to all the wonderful opportunities the future holds for us.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to our viewers for watching the podcast. If you'd like more information on this podcast or how you can be a guest on the show, please go to our website at ERC5.com.